Hello, it's 2:30 p.m. I'm trying not to crack. It really feels like as if everybody is against me and I just have nobody at all. Even though I talk about a lot of things, there are certain things that I've been going through that I wish I could talk about, but I'm afraid to talk about it. You know, Fear of more trouble and then more altercations in the so-called TI community and everything. But, the idea of trying to hold back tears and trying to not cry, like what the fuck happened that the lady told me that I very much qualify for that job with the housing, and I rode all the way to Fort Walton Beach to meet up with her. And then she was supposed to have gotten back with me today, but then I just tried to call her twice. The first time she rejected the phone on the third ring, then she rejected it on the fourth ring. So see, the idea of me being blacklisted. But I don't even know if she contacted my previous employers or if gang stalkers got to her head or what. But how the hell am I supposed to get ahead? How am I supposed to get off the streets or get a job or anything like that? I mean, I know I had a rough morning, and my mind is all over the place right now. I don't know why is she doing this to me. I mean, I don't know what could have be the reason. And I have no targeted individual friends to talk to or nothing like that. And then if there are, it seems like they end up being like a narcissistic control freak fake friend or a narcissistic control freak fake hypocritian. And then, they try to dictate my life, and try to control me about, a lot of different things like where I should sleep at night, or whether or not I should have a storage unit, or just what I should do with my life, or what food I should eat, what restaurant I should go to, that I should only eat a certain amount of meals a day. I'm just sick and tired of everybody trying to control me. I don't understand why. If everybody tells me, oh, you're very bright, you're highly intelligent, you're a beautiful soul, well, why is everybody trying to control and change me and trying to restrict me like as if I have zero rights? So I don't even know if I should wait like an hour or two later and try to call her again. I don't know if she's in the middle of a meeting or what, but you know how being targeted, your call being rejected, the first thing you wonder is, what was going on and everything. So yesterday I had the garlic, and my tongue is on the left side is sore, and I can't even. It's so sore that I cannot use the garlic anymore for this abscess. But it went down a whole lot, and it's like my mouth feels like a little irritated on the left side. Excuse me. And I'm sleep deprived and agitated. This new hurricane, or if the hurricane doesn't come, then we're supposed to have a whole lot of rain between tonight and Thursday night, and Friday is supposed to be back to normal. But people making like I don't deserve any donations or help to stay safe during a hurricane or nothing like that. And they think it's easy to just go to a shelter. Even normally, I even try to look for in Fort Walton Beach, I try to even look for, you know, some shelters, and there's a long waiting list. So just like the Section 8, you know, the waiting list is so long that you better not even think about it or even ask, or the waiting list is closed. And then they said that you can't just walk into a shelter. You gotta, like, it's a process you gotta go through, and their only intake is like Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or Monday through Friday, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 to 12, or something like that, whatever hours. And then you have to deal with being gang stalked and abused. They take all your money, act like a cult, and everything like that. You know, so my heart is feeling extremely heavy. I kind of had my heart set on that job, you know, where I was supposed to, you know, get the housing as well as get to work. And then I wouldn't have to ask for anything. You know, and it seems like the whole entire world is bitter and hateful and angry towards me. And even other people who claim to be targeted, it's like they, as I said, they betrayed me and turned their backs on me. And they always want to, like, act very controlling. And then it's like when I resist them, they get more mad, and or them trying to order me around and tell me what to do and stuff like that. You know, there's many of them who I had those encounters with. And so that's why I don't really accept people's advice no more, because, like, what's the point of taking your advice when you do stuff like turn against me and sometimes out of the blue and for no reason. You know, or they'll end up saying something that sounds like a perp and then laugh in my face and have me all confused. You know, or they'll say something on purpose to make me mad, or they'll, you know, just do whatever activity, or they'll defend and agree with the gang stalkers against me. I mean, if I'm supposed to be this so-called angel and part of the 144,000, why is it that everything I do or say people have a problem with it or it's wrong, and everybody wants to be God over my life? But, you know, I'm supposed to be punished, but with being left to suffer by myself. You know, I don't even know if I'm speaking too soon about this job opportunity. I did pray about it. You know, it's like everything's bad enough that I can't even mesh with other so-called Christians. You know. And it's like everything I do or say, I'm always the problem. I mean, even, you know, at this place that I'm at, the guy said nothing, and then he waited until 3 hours later to condemn me and tell me about having my it was a foam cup sealed with, you know, with the top on it. I mean, and it was in a secure spot on the file cabinet, and that it would have no way of falling. And so he just wanted to just fuck with me and tell me that it's bothering him to have my cup on the file cabinet. Well, I said, well, if I put it by the computer, y'all would have something to say too. So that's why I put it up on the file cabinet. So the amount of people that are here, and I can't sit at a plain desk or a table. I have to sit at a table by the computer. Therefore, I can't get any sleep. I can't get any sleep. But, you know, I'm psychologically and mentally, I know I'm all over the place, and it doesn't mean that I need to be locked up in a mental institution or that I need pills or anything like that. I just wish that people were nicer and more supportive And when you know somebody's a narcissistic abuser, when you can't freaking be free to tell them what they did to offend you or hurt your feelings, because you figure it'll be an explosive argument that would turn into a big, huge crisis. You know, certain things that I'm going through, I wish I could, explain in detail, but I basically have nobody. And I'm really scared. Like, I don't even know, like, if I were to try to get a hotel room with my own SSI and my own Social Security money. If I try to get a hotel room, trying to, stay out the anticipated rain, y'all know I get judged and condemned for that too. But then I'm stupid if I sleep where I'm sleeping at, because I don't know where else to go, and I know where I don't want to hang out at. When dealing with other homeless people, I have to deal with them smoking around me, some of them bed bug infested. I have to deal with them smacking their food around me, coughing on me, picking fights with me, meddling in my business, stealing from me. And that's why I stayed off to myself. I don't even think I'm expressing myself in the best way that I can, but I'm like depressed and frustrated and just really scared right now. I don't even know. It's really scary to and as I said, people are always saying TIs need to stick together, TIs need to stick together, but they make it like as if I'm a virus. They make it like as if I'm a cancer or a virus to the so-called TI, the targeted individual community. Like people who are well-known perps, who are actually perps rather than falsely accused perp. I'm falsely accused perp, but I'm a real targeted individual, and I don't perp nobody. And I show footage of everything I'm going through. And then y'all want to say I'm telling all my business, or I'm putting all my business out there on the internet, and y'all try to force me to shut up. You're trying to shut me down. There's only so much that somebody can take. But people who are popular, somebody, I guess, start off as a real targeted individual and then gain some respect and talk about what new age or witchcraft stuff that people want to hear, and then they gain a large following, and then after they gain a large following, that's when they wait until they're too big and untouchable. Then they turn around and start perping people. So then when they start perping people, they start perping you, and then they get an altercation with you, and then they turn around and lie and make a smear campaign throughout the whole TI community, lying, and they're the wolf in sheep's clothing, they're the tares, and then they reverse it on you and lie and say you're the wolf in sheep's clothing, or the tares, or you're the goat and not the sheep. And they turn everybody against you, and you wonder why everybody on social media or different social media websites is just blocking and ignoring you left and right, and you wonder, what did you do wrong? You can't go to any narcissistic abuse support groups because the smear campaigns are there too, and many people call themselves a life coach. They promote witchcraft and new age, yet front like they're exposing the truth. And then, they have a popular and well-liked, they have a large following, they say the streets is no place for a woman, and I'm like dreadfully exhausted being on the streets. And like at the moment, because of my sleep deprivation and also additional stress, my heart, I feel a lot of pressure on my heart, like intense pressure on my heart. And the thing is, people don't see Candy Grandpre as a human. And they're rubbing their hands together just ready for me to be exterminated. As I said, how you gonna be a so-called targeted individual but saying I need medication, I need therapy, I need to be locked up in a mental institution when psychiatry and mental health is used as a weapon and not support. It's used as a prison to control you. Now, tell me this. Why is it a person with mental health problems, y'all say that they're a danger, not to be trusted, and stuff like that? You take away all their freedoms and rights as a so-called mental patient, but if somebody's diabetic or they have seizures, I mean, I've known people with seizure disorders. I never saw them in the act of having a seizure, but they say they have a seizure disorder. And they're narcissistic abusers who, not everybody who has a seizure disorder, but I knew a couple who are narcissistic abusers who claim they have seizure disorders, and ain't nobody gonna stop them from driving a car. And, you know, they parade around in their freaking handicap license plate and everything like that. But me being labeled a mental problem, you know, I have a valid driver's license and they would still block me from driving or having a car or something like that. You know, and it's like I feel nervous or scared to try to take on a driving job, you know, afraid that the narcissistic perps would try to get me criminalized if I attempt to try to drive. But other people with mental illnesses or labeled mental illnesses, you know, nobody's stopping them from driving or having a car. You know, but then again, some so-called, you know, targeted individuals, they'll expose footage of their gang stalking, but they ignore me and refuse to talk to me if I try to reach out, but they talk to everybody else. And it's been since the beginning of me trying to connect with anybody in the targeted individual community. I mean, in the beginning, it didn't cross my mind to realize that there were, fake TIs who actually go around perping and bullying people, and they try to drive you to suicide worse than than the regular perps who are already harsh enough. And then you got people who profess to be Christians out here, who are going around, I'm sorry to say, but perping the fuck shit out of everybody. And you're supposed to serve the Lord, you know. I don't know, I just have difficulty trying to express myself at the moment, but you don't have the authority or the right to try to run another person off this earth. You don't make rules, or you don't have the power or authority to make rules and laws for me and how I should live my life. If you're living all the way in Liverpool, UK, or Perth, Australia, or why should my driving affect you, or enough that you try to make any comments about me here in the USA? You know, that's how especially, how controlling internet people are, that they just want to, if they meddle in other people's business and then try to be controlling, and it's like, you weigh in Ireland, you weigh in Dublin, Ireland. Why the hell, if you on the internet and you make a rude comment about how much food I eat or something like that, what does, they'll get political and angry and throw in Trump and Biden and stuff like that. You know, everybody's so abusive, mean, rude, and uptight, and try to control everybody. And I'm wondering if the spy and snitch agenda, rat out your neighbors, if that's encouraging narcissistic abuse amongst neighbors and hate thy neighbor, and narcissistic abuse and hate thy neighbor, and it encourages everybody to be caring. I'm trying to hold it together. And then even other professed targeted individuals, if I had any like mental breakdown or emotional meltdown, they'll mock and laugh, or I'm crying out for help and being largely ignored by everybody, like as if my life does not matter and people want me exterminated so bad. And then narcissistic abusers try to bully, harass, and lecture me about burning my bridges from everybody. When they get smart ass and younger than me and they try to get smart ass and disrespectful and try to dictate and control my life. And it's just not fair what I'm forced to go through. Everybody else has the freedom to do what they want. Like if the popular fake targeted individuals, it's okay for them to do 10-hour live streams, but my 10-minute video, you do make too many videos and your videos are too long. And the only time I get any attention is always negative attention, that people want to make it go viral in a way that's supposed to bring shame onto me. But when it's something good that I experience, people don't try to make that go viral, or and then I see the fake perps, they try to judge me based on whether or not I'm talking or acting negative or positive, or if they can get to control me the way that they want. And I'm just tired of being everybody's slave and puppet. And I'm supposed to follow the orders of and be the slave of people who don't mean me any good and wish the worst for me. It's really scary being by myself and not being taken seriously, or nobody believing me or taking me seriously. And then everybody wants to treat me like I deserve to be punished. And then you defend and agree with the perps, or make it like as if I have to give in and give the perps what they want, or else you can't be a real targeted individual and agree with that because I'm in a hotel room and tell these trespassers who aren't guests, if I tell them, get away from my hotel room door with that loud music, and then saying that the front desk people have a right to have me in jail or locked up in a mental institution. You can't be a real targeted individual talking like that. Or you can't be a real targeted individual if you encourage me to go ahead and let out all your feelings because that's your Christian testimony, and go ahead and tell all your abuse. And then next thing you know, change your feelings about me, and then turn around and say that, you tell all your business and your videos are too long, and you should keep your videos down to 10 minutes or less. Why is everybody making all these restrictions for me? As I said, I'm shocked that, if all these people are being persecuted and going through what I'm going through, why are they turning their backs on me? Laughing and saying that I deserve this, that bad happened to me, or I deserve to, I deserve to drown in a hurricane. I'm crazy. Or all you do is chase cars and harass people all day and stuff like that, I'm just freaking exhausted. And I know only narcissistic abusers will feel like the talk in this video is illogical, incoherent, irrational, and makes no sense. But very few people would have any understanding on what I'm trying to talk about. They're trying, how can you be a so-called target and then they hit me in the head with the weapons trying to make trying to cause me a headache, to try to force me to shut up. How can you be a real target and try to make it like I'm mentally unstable, and saying that a psychiatrist or a therapist would give me a reality check real quick? And I didn't realize Kirk Franklin's son, Carry-On Franklin, is going through pretty much a lot of the same thing that I'm going through, and they're saying the same stuff about him that they're saying about me. But the thing about him, they're trying to say that he's on drugs and stuff like that. And I heard they're trying to sacrifice him. But I've heard that about me, that they're trying to sacrifice me. And people want me out of here, off of this earth. People want me off of this earth. So, the more I try to prove that I'm a real targeted individual and going through this, that's the more y'all mock and laugh at me and shut me down and give me thumbs down and don't take me seriously. And y'all avoid me like the plague and don't act like y'all don't fuck with me and stuff like that, But it's okay when it's a child of a celebrity or a celebrity themselves talking about the same stuff, then they get more support than I do. But they don't stop Carry-On Franklin from driving or having a car, I guess because he's a child of a celebrity. But they call him crazy and stuff like that, and try to set him up to get locked up in a mental institution and all that, So let me go.